Jnanakosha, Upanishads.
Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upavachramastamam Jyashtarajam Brahmanan Brahmanaspadanat Shrunmannoti Vistidasadhanam. Om Purnamidam Purnamadah Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Krishna Yajurveda Upanishads, Varaha Upanishad, chapter 5. Then Nidagha asked Lord Ribhu to enlighten him as the rules in the practice of yoga. According to him, the Lord said thus: the body is composed of the 5 elements, it is filled with 5 mandalas. That which is hot is Prithvi, one of them, that which is liquid is Apas. That which is bright is Tejas, motion is the property of Vayu, that which pervades everywhere is Akash. All this should be known by an aspirant after yoga. Through the blowing of Vayu Mandala in this body, 21,600 breaths every day and night. If there is a diminution in the Prithvi Mandala, there arise folds in the body. If there is diminution in the essence of Apas, there arise gradually greyness of hair. If there is diminution in the essence of Tejas, there is loss of hunger and luster. If there is diminution in the essence of Vayu, there is an insensate tremor. If there is diminution in the essence of Akasha, one dies. The Jivita, prana, which possesses these elements, having no place to rest owing to the diminution of the elements, rises up like birds flying up in the air. It is for this reason that is called Udayana, flying up. With reference to this, there is said to be a bandha, binding, also meaning a posture called Udayana bandha, by which this flight can be arrested. This Udayana bandha is to death as a lion to an elephant. Its experience is in the body as also the bandha. Its binding is hurtful. If there is agitation of Agni within the belly, then there will be caused much of pain. Therefore, this Udayana bandha should not be practiced by one who is hungry or who has urgency to make water or void excrement. He should take many times in small quantities proper and moderate food. He should practice mantra yoga, laya yoga and hatha yoga through mild, middling and transcendental methods respectively. Laya, mantra and hatha yogas have each 8 subservients. They are yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana and samadhi. Yama is of 10 kinds. They are non-injury, truth, non-coveting, continence, compassion, straightforwardness, patience, courage, moderate eating and purity. Niyama is of 10 kinds. They are tapas, religious austerities, contentment, belief in the existence of God or Vedas, charity, worship of Ishvara, listening to the expositions of religious doctrines, modesty, intellect, japa and vrata. There are 11 postures beginning with chakra, padma, kurma, mayura, kukuta, veera, swastika, bhadra, simha, mukta and gomukha are the postures enumerated by the knowers of yoga. Placing the left ankle on the right thigh and the right ankle on the left thigh and keeping the body erect is the posture chakra. Pranayama should be practiced again and again in the following order: inspiration, restraint of breath, and expiration. The pranayama is done through the nadis, hence it is called the nadis themselves. The body of every sentient being is 96 digits long. In the middle of the body, 2 digits above the anus and 2 digits below the sexual organ, is the center of the body called Muladhara or sacral plexus. 9 digits above the genitals there is Kanda of Nadis, which revolves oval shaped, 4 digits high and 4 digits broad. It is surrounded by fat, flesh, bone and blood. In it is situated a Nadi chakra having 12 spokes. Kundali, by which this body is supported, is there. It is covering by its face the Brahma, Randhra or Shushumna. Shushumna dwell the Nadis, Alambusha and Kuhu. In the next 2 are Varuna and Yasaswini. On the spoke south of Shushumna is in regular course Pingala. On the next 2 spokes are Pusha and Payaswini. On the spoke west of Shushumna is the Nadi called Saraswati. On the next 2 spokes are Shankhini and Gandhari. To the north of Sushumna dwells Ida. In the next is Hasta Jiva. In the next is Vishwa Odhara. In these spokes of the wheel, the 12 nadis carry the 12 vayus from left to right. The nadis are woven like the warp and woof of cloth. They are said to have different colors. The central portion of the cloth is called the Nabhi Chakra. Jwalanti, Nadarupani, Pararandhra and Sushma are called the supports of Nada. These 4 nadis are of ruby color. The central portion of Braharandhra is again and again covered by Kundali. Thus 10 vayus move in these nadis. A wise man who has understood the course of nadis and vayus should, after keeping his neck and body erect with his mouth closed, contemplate immovably upon Turakya at the tip of his nose, in the center of his heart and in the middle of Bindu, and should see with a tranquil mind through the eyes the nectar flowing from there. Having closed the anus and drawn up the vayu and caused it to rise through repetition, pranava he should complete with Sri Bija. He should contemplate upon his Atman as Sri and as being bathed by nectar. This is Kalavanchana. It is said to be the most important of all. Whatever is thought of by the mind is accomplished by the mind itself. Agni will flame in Jala, and in the flame will arise the branches and blossoms. Then the words uttered and the actions done regarding the universe are not in vain. By checking the bindu in the path, by making the fire flame up in the water, and by causing the water to dry up, the body is made firm. Having contracted simultaneously the anus and yoni united together, he should draw up apana and unite with it samana. He should contemplate upon his Atman as Shiva and then as being bathed by nectar. In the central part of each spoke, the yogin should commence to concentrate bala. He should try to go up by the union of prana and apana. This most important yoga brightens up in the body the path of siddhis. As dam across the water serves as an obstacle to the flood, so it should ever be known by the yogin that the chaya of the body is to jiva. This bandha is set of all nadis. Through the grace of this bandha, the devata becomes visible. This bandha of 4 feet serves as a check to the 3 paths. This brightens up the path through which the siddhas obtained. If with prana is made to rise up soon udana, this bandha checking all nadis goes up. This is called samputa yoga or mula bandha. Through the practicing of this yoga, the 3 bandhas are mastered. By practicing day and night intermittently or at any convenient time, the vayu will come under his control. With the control of vayu, agni, the gastric fire, in the body will increase daily. With the increase of Agni, food will be easily digested. Should food be properly digested, there is increase of rasa. With the daily increase of rasa, there is the increase of dhatus. With the increase of dhatus, there is the increase of wisdom in the body. Thus all the sins collected together during many crores of births are burnt up. In the center of the anus and the genitals there is the triangular Mooladhara. It illumes the seat of Shiva of the form of Bindu. There is located the Parashakti named Kundalini. From that seat Vayu arises, from that seat Agni becomes increased. From that seat Bindu originates and Nala becomes increased. From that seat Hamsa is born. From that seat Manas is born. The 6 chakras beginning with Mooladhara are said to be the seat of Shakti. From the neck to the top of the head is said to be the seat of Shambhu. To the nadis the body is the support. To prana the nadis are the support. To Jiva prana is the dwelling place. To Hamsa Jiva is the support. To Shakti Hamsa is the seat and the locomotive and fixed universe. Being without distraction and of a calm mind, one should practice pranayama. Even a person who is well skilled in the practice of the 3 bandhas should try always to cognize with a true heart that principle which should be known and is the cause of all objects and their attributes. Both expiration and inspiration should rest in the restraint of breath. He should depend solely on Brahman, which is the highest aim of all visibles. All external objects is said to be Rechaka. The spiritual knowledge of the Shastras is said to be Puraka, and such knowledge is said to be Kumbhaka. He is an emancipated person who practices thus such a chitta. There is no doubt about it. Through Kumbhaka it should be always taken up, and through Kumbhaka alone it should be filled up within. It is only through Kumbhaka that Kumbhaka should be firmly mastered. Within it is Paramashiva. That Vayu which is non-motionless should be shaken again through Kanta Mudra. Having checked the course of Vayu, having become perfect in the practice of expiration and restraint of birth, and having planted evenly on the ground the 2 hands and the 2 feet, one should pierce the 4 seats through Vayu through the 3 yogas. He should shake Mahameru with the Prakrotis at the mouth of Vayu. The 2 putas being drawn, Vayu throbs quickly. The unison of moon, sun and Agni should be known on account of nectar. Through the motion of Meru, the Devatas who stay in the center of Meru move. At first in his Brahma Granthi there is produced soon a hole. Then having pierced Brahma Granthi, he pierces Vishnu Granthi, then he pierces Rudra Granthi. Then to the yogin comes Veda, piercing through his liberation from the impurities of delusion through the religious ceremonies in various births, through the grace of gurus and devatas, and through the practice of yoga. In the mandala of Sushma, Vayu should be made to raise up through the feature known as Mudra Bandha. The short pronunciation of Pranava frees from sins. Its long pronunciation confers on one moksha. So also its pronunciation in Apayana or Pluta Swara. He is knower of Veda who through the above mentioned 3 ways of pronunciation knows the end of Pranava, which is beyond the power of speech, like the never ceasing flow of oil or the long drawn well sound. The bell sound, the short swara goes to Bindu, the long swara goes to Brahmarandra, the Pluta to Dvasa Santa. The mantra should be uttered on account of getting mantra siddhis. This pranava will remove all obstacles. It will remove all sins of this or 4 bhumikas predicated: Arambha, Ghata, Parichaya and Nishapti. Arambha is that state in which one having abandoned external karma is performed by the three organs, mind, speech and body, and is always engaged in mental karma only. It is said by the wise that the ghata state is that in which Vayu, having forced an opening on the western side and being full, is firmly fixed there. Parichaya state is that in which Vayu is firmly fixed to Akasha, neither associated with Jiva nor not while the body is immovable. It is said that Nishpati state is that in which there take place creation and dissolution through Atman, or that state in which a yogin, having become a Jivan Mukta, performs yoga without effort. Whoever recites this Upanishad becomes immaculate like Agni, like Vayu, he becomes pure. He becomes freed from the sin of drinking alcohol. He becomes freed from the sins of the theft of gold. He becomes a Jivan Mukta. This is what is said by the Rig Veda, like the eye pervading the Akasha. A wise man sees the supreme seat of Vishnu. The Brahmanas, who have always their spiritual eyes wide open, praise and illuminate in diverse ways the spiritual seat of Vishnu. Om, thus is the Upanishad. Thus ends the 5th chapter of Varaha Upanishad. Om, may he protect us both together. May he nourish us both together. May we work conjointly with great energy. May our study be vigorous and effective. May we not mutually dispute. Om, let there be peace in me. Let there be peace in my environment. Let there be peace in the forces that act on me. Here ends the Varaha Upanishad belonging to the Krishna Yajurveda.
यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते। वेदमात नमोऽस्तु ते। उपनिषद्वाणि नमोऽस्तु ते।